Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. It has been a long time. We are going on 6 months, maybe 7, I guess, since I actually posted a video. But I am back and we're going to try this again. So for those of you that are just now maybe coming across this, my name is Tanya and thanks for stopping by. I am a full-time worker in the education system, and I have a family. My children are grown, though they still live here. Just kind of, normal Joe, but I love decorating. It's a calming tool for me. I can be really stressed out and come home and, decorate something, and just kind of serotonin levels rise and the stress just kind of falls away. So it is a passion of mine. And I was producing videos for about a couple of years, but after December, I just haven't posted any. A lot has happened. So if those of you that are returning, you know that I do work full-time and I also am a part-time college student. I'm going back to get a degree in behavior. So that juggling working, even though my children are grown, I still very much run my household, and just life in general. I was under a lot of stress just to try to do everything, the best that I could. And midwinter, I had to be treated for ulcers. I just was taking on too much and I had to give up something. So I gave up my YouTube channel, and I'm going to be really honest, because for my returning people, I always say I'm going to be honest with you guys. It was really hard on me. I could not get in the algorithm to get many views for Christmas. And so those of you that well, just decorating and keeping your house looking nice in general, it takes a lot of work, but especially for the staging and everything that you have to do to produce a video, it's just extra work. And then to only get, I think the most I got was 62 views, which was, that was hard because I had gotten over 4,000 on one of my fall videos. So I did just kind of, along with all the stress, I was just like, this YouTube is just not really doing anything. So it's going to go on the back burner. I do miss it. I miss getting on here, and even though I'm really just kind of talking to myself, I do miss the people that would tune in regularly and leave the kind comments. And so we're going to give this a go again. Some of the things that I used to stress about are just going to have to go to the wayside. Things like if the house is clean, if I can do an intro and look presentable. A lot of times all that doesn't fall in the same time frame. So we're just gonna kind of go see how this does. Since I have stopped posting, like I said, we've gone through some changes. Some of you are going to probably respond and say, oh my gosh, it was just a dog, but my baby girl Chloe very suddenly passed away in March, and it was devastating to me. It was a very dramatic way that she left us, traumatic also, I guess. Just, I hate to even say this, but it really did something to me. I love my animals more than I can say, and I just, that day, even now, I'm sorry. So Chloe's not with us anymore. So what came from that was I am home usually by 2:30. My husband typically is not, 5:30, 6 o'clock. So she was such a huge part of my day that I didn't really want to just come home and sit here and be by myself. And, some task avoidance too. I usually just had cleaning or homework to do. So I ventured into an antique store one day. Now this is something I've always liked. I've always loved the old things, the stories that could potentially go with those things, but my husband has not been a fan. And as I've always said on my channel, I don't dictate things. He doesn't dictate things. We definitely try to, work as a team, and I don't want to create a home that he's basically paying for that he doesn't like. So, but I went into this antique store and found something. I don't even remember what it was now because there's been so much, but I remember thinking, oh my God, I do know what it was. I had broken a dish that I had gotten for our wedding, which was almost 30 years ago. And I was so shocked to see that dish. I had loved that dish. And so just through that, the hunt of not knowing what you're going to find really just sort of resonated with me. I loved it. So now not only am I thrifting at Goodwill and thrift stores, I'm going to antique stores. And y'all, so much has changed in my house. I remember my sister saying, so are you going to redecorate your whole house? And I was like, no, I'm just going to add a few touches. Yeah, that's not quite worked out how I thought it would. So I wanted to hop on, say hi. Gosh, my nose is just itching. Does that ever happen when y'all, when you're washing dishes, your nose will start itching? But show you some things that have changed. There are going to be some more things changing. This wall behind me, I've had this wall like this for 5 or 6 years now. It is going to completely change. I'm going to try out some open shelving and see how that goes. I have gotten a deep obsession with vintage dishes and vintage, you know, more so, I like any kind. I like the very delicate, sweet patterns with the florals. But I also have gotten a whole new, just the plain white dishes. And I am obsessed with ironstone. So I have acquired a lot of ironstone. Another thing that I am just obsessed with is estate sales, y'all. Estate sales are where it's at. So I'm going to try to do something like that. So if you like all those things, if all those things sound like something that you would enjoy seeing put together, then stay tuned, because I am hoping to get this wall done at some point in the month of July. I'm also a huge fan of pink depression glass. I wanted just a couple of pieces for the spring table setting. I have a ridiculous amount now. So if those are things that sound interesting to you, stay tuned and we will definitely together see how this goes. So I'm going to take you on a tour of my family room, and it is not going to be set to music, which is what I usually do. I'm going to kind of talk through some things and some of the finds that I have found, and explain some of the things, and also to let you know that I am struggling with trying to merge farmhouse, vintage, and I do have a couple of antiques, and make it look not junked. We all know I am a maximalist to the max. I love the minimalist look, and I want to do the minimalist look. I just can't. I can't. You can see probably this wall behind me, which is new. We'll do that in another video. I can't. I love to come to homes like that, but I'm just, you know, gonna have something in every little nook and cranny. So as I'm gonna state, because I recorded the tour yesterday, so I'll say it again, if you see something where you're like, oh, Tanya, you know, maybe you should try this, maybe this would look better, please leave a kind comment. This is something that I am definitely struggling with. I did not think this was going to be quite the struggle to get things to look homey and just like they flow, cozy, but really bring in those aspects of that vintage and antique, you know, way that I want to go. So here we go. I'm going to show you this living room, and we will come back and chat after the video. Okay, so let's just jump right into the tour of the living room, starting with the focal point on the mantle. Now, the first thing I want to say is I change this mantle probably every other day. It's very not what I'm used to. I am struggling with this new style of mine. I definitely am a maximalist, like I said earlier, maybe a maximalist to the max, and I just can't get it right. And all of the brass and the gold, you know, I can't believe that I am just liking this so much. But I want to show you, really got Greg on board with me, and what kind of started this whole want of just, you know, wanting to do as much vintage and antiquing as we could was this picture. We found this picture at Goodwill, let's just say like on a Sunday, and we both really liked it. I'm trying to move around so you can see it. I know there's a glare, but there was some major damage to it, and we knew that it didn't go with anything that we had. Now, I do have a love for pink and reds, but you know, like I've stated so many times, I do try to keep our home, you know, in a way that Greg likes it. He's the one that goes to work and pays for it, and I don't want him living in a house that he's unhappy in. But he absolutely fell in love with this picture too. We thought about it. I went back on, oh, I don't know, let's just say a Tuesday, and it was still there, probably because the damage was so bad. It was Thursday night. We were sitting here, and he said, let's just go see if that picture's there. So the picture was there, and I'm going to get close just to show you some changes that we did. Right here, let's see, right here, this was red. So we just used some rub and buff on that because neither one of us really liked the red. And as you can see right here, there was a huge scratch, and there was some scratches up there. Now close up, you can see where we fixed it, but far away, you can't tell. Like I'm just, you know, 2 or 3 feet away. And it's just beautiful to both of us. We just absolutely loved it. And I was excited that he was able to fix it. So that is kind of what helped us fall down this rabbit hole, because I would not still be doing it had he not liked it as much. So there are just a few of all of my old books. I have them turned like that just for now because it was just too busy with all the different colors. The oldest book that I have is copyrighted in 1867, and I absolutely love it. I think it's in French. I don't know what it says. It could be just talking about something horrible, and I might should find that out. But I love, when I found it and was opening it, I mean, it literally started falling apart. So I love that. I have gone head over heels with brass candlestick holders. I can't style them in a way that I like. And I've had candles on here. I've had the candles out. I've had the candlestick holders off the mantle, on the mantle. I just I don't know. I'm just trying this. If you can be kind and help me out and leave a comment on things that you might do or not do, please let me know. I added the 4th of July just as a nod to 4th of July. My butter churn, I was so lucky and found that for $20 at a thrift store / antique store in my hometown. That lantern I've had forever. I think I got it at Hobby Lobby. And then that crock, which has the number 5 on it, and I want a crock with 4 because there's 4 of us. My husband actually purchased that. He likes the ones with the tops like that. I don't really care for them. I like the more open ones because I like to have stuff out of them. I've had greenery coming out of that, and it just didn't look good. So, you know, that'll be evolving. I got this box yesterday at the flea market. I had seen one, and I had gone specifically to an estate sale to get a box like this. And it was $95. Now, even on half off, I was not going to pay $95. Today is actually their 75% off day. You know, I'm tempted to get in the car and go, but it's almost over, thank goodness, so I can stop thinking about it. I found this one at the flea market yesterday, and it was $10. And there was a different fruit. This one's cranberries. I think the other one was apples. So basically the same thing. So in it, I have some more of my older books, a doily, which is another thing I've gone nuts over. My husband hates the doilies, but I have also am collecting, I don't know why, but I love bread plates of all different patterns, like the flowers and the fruits and just the delicate little patterns. I just love them, and Greg can't stand them. So I don't have them really displayed, but I did think that it might be cute, just kind of mixed in here with some old books. It's the element of surprise, because you don't expect to have, you know, plates displayed in your family room. So that's there for now. Y'all look over that fireplace. This is a very much loved and used fireplace in the winter. And there's just not a lot. I am looking for maybe a big, you know, decorative piece to kind of cover over that for the summer, but it's yet to be found. So, okay. So moving on to more into the living room. For those of you that are returning, you may recognize we finally got rid of the bookcase that we had the TV setting on. We found this at our Kirkland's was going out of business. I guess, well, I don't know. There was something about the anchor store in the center did not renew their lease. They were viewed as their competition, which is just ridiculous to me. But anyway, we got this at either 50 or 60% off. In the store, it looked white. It is not white. It's more like a cream. So this is on the list to be painted white. I thought that I would be okay with it, but all of the rest of the main furniture is white. And to me, this just kind of sticks out like a sore thumb. But I do like it provides great storage behind the doors. And as you can see, I am still struggling, trying hard though, to mix the new and the old. And one of my new obsessions, I have always liked this stuff. I should not say new, but just the delicate little teacups. I love them. I don't drink hot tea, but I would be fine with drinking some iced tea in there. I need to have a little tea party with some friends over, and we can sit and drink some good old Southern sweet iced tea in those. But the you know, it's coming along, and it forever changes. It's housing more of my old books. I love the little fingerling candlestick holders. I have a few of these. They just remind me of that part in the poem, "'Twas the Night Before Christmas," when Ma and Pa, or when Pa rushed to the window to see such a clatter. You know, I feel like at some point in that book, he walks around with a fingerling candlestick. I don't know. I may be totally wrong, but it reminds me of that poem. I'm not really sure why, but I just love them. I think they're cute. So that is how that is for now. Now, of course, my good and faithful door is still there. It's probably going to be there for a while. I did have it moved because this whole wall changed. We had a gallery wall up here, and guys, it just did not flow. We weren't flowing well at all. But only a few things have really changed over here. I did take this old toolbox that we got from Hobby Lobby. I'd had it for a while, and I just put more of my old books in it. I got this little chair at a thrift store, so I thought I had nothing else to do with it. I thought, well, for now it's cute there with a nod to the 4th of July. More old books, more brass. Oh my gosh, y'all. Crazy, crazy, crazy. But then this ended up coming back. It's my old standby. I just like the way it looks. That mirror was not thrifted, and we overpaid for it, and I am not ready to get rid of it. So the couch, you guys know I always keep it just very, very simple. Our dogs, well, see, I still keep saying dogs. Our big old dog Lucy lives on this couch with us, and you know, she tears up stuff by accident. Now, I'm going to show you something that we did. Definitely comments below. My husband's grandmother had Little Boy Blue and Pinky. And right along with the nostalgia that we're both kind of going through right now, he sought after Little Boy Blue and Pinky. We found these at an antique shop, and they were $25 a piece. And he just jumped on them. However, we've had a hard time finding a place that they flowed well in our house. We also got the two painted flowers. Now, they are original oil paintings. They are beautiful. We got them at a flea market. The man had bought them at an estate sale. We lucked up and paid $20 a piece. They are signed. That was definitely a steal, but it's just kind of another nod to that Victorian era that I love, but just doesn't really flow well in my house. So we kind of have them over here in this nook, like you'd have to come look and know that they were over here. But comments below if you think I should try to find somewhere else to put them. Y'all, there absolutely is no place else though, because I do not have wall space left in my house. Like, it is crazy. Now over here, this was one of my very first finds, and it is a chamber pot, and it just cracks us up at how pretty it is. I'm pretty sure it was, you know, replica. It's not, it may be vintage, but it's not antique. So don't foresee that that was ever used. Possibly it was, I don't know, but it's pretty, and I just stuck a plant in it. Down here, those old lanterns I did get at Hobby Lobby, so they're not vintage. I have kind of like the insulator, the electric insulators. They're hard for me to find if they're not cracked. Like I bought that green one and didn't realize until I got home that the bottom is kind of damaged. But I just kind of think they're cool just to have, you know, a small little collection of. Now for our find yesterday at TJ's and Antiques and Collectibles in Smyrna. If you're local, guys, this is off of Murfreesboro Road. It is a great place. It has taken over my trips to Hobby Lobby. They have, antiques. They have vintage. They have collectibles. Just lots and lots of different types of things. They have some new things. There's one booth there that kind of has like an ocean theme. So just a great little store. The people are always more like just welcoming. It is like old school customer service that you just don't get anymore. And I love that. I love that. As soon as I walked in yesterday, one of the ladies said, I have something for you. Like they take the time to get to know you and remember things that you say and remember things that you're looking for. So we have been looking for a trunk. Greg likes old trunks, and I like them too, but he really wanted to try to find one to use as a coffee table. He just so happened, he was with me yesterday, and they had just gotten this trunk in the day before. Now, some things I do not like about this trunk. I didn't realize that it had been like painted. I would have loved for it to have been kept the way that it was. I'm sure it looked awful, but I like that. Like I like the rust and the wear and tear. Greg loved that it was freshly painted. What I love though is that I don't know how well it's showing on camera, but this is huge. Like we could not use it as a coffee table. We tried, but it was just too tall. It didn't look right. So we put it over here in front of the window. I have so much stuff stored in that trunk is never leaving us. It was a wonderful asset. And so just on top of it, y'all, help me out. I can never keep these silly candles straight. They drive me nuts. And I have tried burning the bottoms, and I've tried the aluminum foil, and I don't know. I just can't do it. But another great find yesterday was the glasses at the flea market. I don't even know how much I paid for those. This vendor that I really like, you just have to go. He has all these totes on the ground. I mean, rows, at least 10 rows, and they're probably 15, 20 totes long. There's a huge amount. And he just opens lids and you dig. And sometimes there's water in there. It stinks. There's dirt in there sometimes. But what I've noticed is the more you buy, the better deal you get. And I bought close to 20 items and I paid like $40. And one of them was a lead crystal pitcher. So great deal. Those were probably under $1 if you wanted to break it all down, maybe $2. And so I just thought those were perfect to go on top of those old books. The candle snuffer are hard to find, but I was tickled. I found that at a Goodwill. Just trying to kind of cozy that up. Now, I had gotten these chairs at a thrift store. They are ladder back chairs. I had no idea that my husband loved ladder back chairs. I got these on a 50% off event, and I paid $5 a piece for these two ladder back chairs. This throw I got at an estate sale for $12, and I loved it. I love the neutral tones, just the beautiful craftsmanship. This pillow and that pillow came from TJ's, the antique and collectible place. And I got this throw at a thrift store for $5.99. So loving finding these old vintage pieces that someone took the time. And I've gotten to where I can tell, or I think I can tell, I could be totally wrong, but like these two items, this one for sure, someone took the time to make this. This one over here, I'm not 100% sure, but it doesn't matter. It's beautiful, and I just want to keep I'm sorry, guys. I know my videoing is not great. I'm trying to make sure you see this. Anyway, as I was saying, I just don't want it to go in the trash. I want to keep these stories alive. And I know that sounds crazy, but that's part of what's gotten me into this. Okay, so here is just a quick overview of my new era. I am not a millennial, but I like the grand millennial title. I love it. It's homey. I don't know what it is. Romantic. But anyway, you guys leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. What I should do different. Please don't be mean. If you don't like it, just keep scrolling. Or if you don't like it and you can be like, hey, maybe consider this or that. That would be much appreciated. But yeah, y'all know me. I take things to heart. Okay, so that was my family room. Like I said, please let me know what you think. If you think there's something I could have done better, if you like it, definitely a compliment. If you feel like not everybody wants to comment, like I'll comment on people's stuff, but not very often. There are some YouTubers that I have started watching that I've not always watched. I definitely get a lot of inspiration from them. Homemade Vintage is one of them. I actually just purchased something from her and it came in today and I'm so excited. I'm going to try to insert a clip of that. I also watched, I don't want to say it wrong, but Thrifting Thriller. I will have to recheck that, and on my next video I'll get back with that. But I like watching them, and we'll be honest with you, the more I watch somebody else thrift, the more I have to go. Like, let's take yesterday, for instance. I was not going to go. I had homework to do. I had a test due, and I was going to keep my tail at home. But I needed a break, right? So I was watching some of one of the YouTubers. I don't want to say their names wrong because when I'm talking this, I can't ever think straight. And so I just thought, well, we're out of bread. I need to go get bread. So of course I had to go to Goodwill, right? Like, because we needed bread. I had bought these plates at an estate sale Friday, and I love these plates. And I just remember thinking like a couple weeks ago, I'm never gonna find these plates, and if I do, I'm probably not gonna be able to get them. Well, I got them, and it didn't have any of the teacups. So I was very thankful that I needed bread yesterday, because there sat my teacups that went with the dishes that I had just bought. So see, that is so addictive. You never know what you're going to find. The hunt will take over, I promise. If you're competitive in the least bit, if you like the thrill of not having any idea what you're going to find, then I would suggest going into a Goodwill or a thrift store and just having fun with it. My husband, who would never want to go in a Goodwill. I mean, he couldn't stand the smell. He just, so many things. I could make a list. He right there with me, and we go our different paths. We're both looking for different things. He really likes milk glass. His collection is just huge, and we're going to see that in a video coming up. And we've managed to style that very tastefully. I've had some people comment how we were able to take that and mix with some other things. So, but yeah, if you're that type of person, and even if, you're the type of person that you would, oh gosh, that's not for me, be careful, because it might be for you. So anyway, I have a thrifting road trip coming up that's starting this weekend. So I am thinking about potentially taking you guys along with me for some of that. Maybe I will film some footage and post that. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. I don't want to make promises I can't keep. But anyway, so for those of my subscribers that saw this popped up and stopped and were like, oh, I wonder what she's been up to, thank you. Thank you for just, not unsubscribing and sticking with me. And again, like I said, if you were new, thank you so much for stopping by. I hope to see you again. If you like this video, please like it. Please subscribe. Please encourage your friends. I'm finally on Facebook, so I'm hoping that will help me get my name out there a little bit. But again, it's just something I enjoy doing, and I hope to be able to do more. I am not going to be determined to post, 2 or 3 videos a week. I think if I could get one video up, maybe, every 7 to 10 days right now in my life, that's going to be great. But like I said, I do have a lot of projects coming, and I think some of you might be interested in that. So that's enough jabbing for now. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch. You all have a great rest of your day, and I will see you soon. Bye, y'all.